Hey everybody, this is Robbie, and this is the last one. For the Driven series, I've been sending out these weekly thoughts and challenges along the way. This will be the last one, saving the best for last, or maybe saving the hard one for last. I don't know, but hang on, because I think this is really worth it. The idea is this, as I talked about it this last week in Genesis 4, the story of Cain and Abel. Both of them brought an offering to God. Both of them brought some of what they had as an offering to God, but one was looked upon by God as favorable and the other one was not. The difference seems to be that Abel gave some of the first and best of what he had. Abel seems to be that he gave some of what was left over. So as you think about worship, how do you think through that? And I know, like Abel giving first and best is most difficult. It would be nice, I think, and we would prefer that some of what was left would be the standard, like just give something. And I think if you're going to start there, great, start there. But ultimately, what is proper form of worship? So as we think about it from a financial standpoint, it might be the easiest part because it's so objective and it's measurable. When you think about giving an offering, how do you think about it? Is it some of what's left, or is it your first and your best? And then to take that to a whole nother level, go to Romans 12:1, for instance, where Paul writes, to offer your bodies, offer your life to God as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing. So beyond anything financial, that's maybe the beginning point. Beyond that, to think of all of who we are, all of our lives, and every decision that we make, and the relationships that we have, the jobs and our hobbies and all things, to see our lives as a living and holy sacrifice and giving God our first and our best. God, what I do, is it for you? Is it about you? And then we can trust, as Jesus gave us these words in Matthew 6, that if we seek him first in his righteousness, then all these things will be given. What things? The things we worry about, the things we long for. God will give, he will supply. But the question is how do we think about worship? I want to really encourage you to kind of weigh out what you do and really why you do it. It's not easy, but I think maybe that's my job, really, is to give you the difficult things. What does first and best look like for you? Start with the financial stuff. Start where you are. Do the best you can with it. God knows he wants your heart. But then move on from there. What about the other things? What is most difficult for you to give first and best of? Dig into that. If you want some help, we're here. Let us know if you want to connect through our connection card. Go to salty.org/notes, and there's some more questions and things to wrestle with. As you do it, God will meet you there. God will meet you there in your worship, and you can trust that in those meetings, and there's richness, there's living. So I want to encourage you in that. Thanks for sticking around with us through the series, Driven. And then stay tuned next week as we start a new story, a new aspect, and I think it'll be just as rewarding. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Have a good week.